start off. Let me start the stream off with a banger, guys. All right. Let me start it off with a banger.
Oh, what a great manhunt. Oh my god. I can't fucking wait to get on the road with my boys and get some big fucking booty bitches. Oh my fucking god, Sapnap. We finna get lit. Let's get this fucking beat.
Let's go.
Bitch. Big booty bitches sitting on the road trip. Bad boy Halo got them fucking whole nips. Them titties flopping. We ain't never stopping. Minecraft boys to the top, we never flopping.
I just fucked a bitch, flipped it over, fucked another. Did that triple bust, fucked a nut. And the 12 be going 50 to 100.
Dicks in my face, dicks in my face. Dicks in my face like I made it past first base. Gonna find Sapnap using fucking Snap Map. God, I fucking miss him. I just wanna kiss him.
I'm bad. These bitches is on me with this wet ass punani. I'm calling her mommy cause she wet like tsunami. Minecraft is my hobby, all my boys in my lobby. I'm chilling in the car and there's girls on my body.
Big booty bitches sitting on the road trip. Bad boy Halo got them fucking whole nips. Them titties flopping, we ain't never stopping. Minecraft boys to the top, we never flopping.
What's up, guys?
Hope you're doing good, Axel.
Yo, thank you. Hold on, I need to pop a fucking window open. It's fucking... I'm sweating my balls off, man. You guys like that? I feel like some people didn't hear that yet last night when it dropped because it dropped pretty late. James Marriott, my lover, my fucking boyfriend, guys. If you wonder if I'm single, I'm not. I'm dating James Marriott. But yeah, the fucking we did that last night. It was honestly some of the most fun I've had doing anything in recent times. It was a really spontaneous thing. And when I recorded my verse, I had probably the worst stomach ache I've had in my life.
I got so many necklaces. Why you got necklaces?
You know, turns out white boy can rap. Send it again, reload the ting. Send the beat again. I mean, you know, I'm not opposed to it. I'm not against it, man. I'm not against it. I might. Eden, thank you for the 10 months. Miri, thank you for the 5 months. Julia, thank you for the 11 months. Grace McGrath, thank you for the 6 months. Whimsic Anna, thank you for the 5 months. I'm doing good, Grace. And thank you, Julia.
5 months, Poggies.
And Rose P. Berry, thank you. All right, guys. I mean, I'll play it again. I mean... I mean...
What a great manhunt.
If you insist.
Oh my god. I can't fucking wait to get on the road with my boys and get some big fucking booty bitches. Oh my fucking god, Sapnap. We finna get lit. Let's get this fucking beat.
Let's go.
Bitch. Big booty bitches sitting on the road trip. Bad boy Halo got them fucking whole nips. Them titties flopping. We ain't never stopping. Minecraft boys to the top, we never flopping.
I just fucked a bitch, flipped it over, fucked another. Did that triple bust, fucked a nut. And the 12 be going 50 to 100.
Dicks in my face, dicks in my face. Dicks in my face like I made it past first base. Gonna find Sapnap using fucking Snap Map. God, I fucking miss him. I just wanna kiss him.
I'm bad. These bitches is on me with this wet ass punani. I'm calling her mommy cause she wet like tsunami. Minecraft is my hobby, all my boys in my lobby.
Kaylin, Loki
I'm
carried.
chilling in the car and there's girls on my body.
Big booty bitches sitting on the road trip. Bad boy Halo got them fucking whole nips. Them titties flopping. We ain't never stopping. Minecraft boys to the top, we never flopping.
Yeah, that was it. You know, if you want to listen to it, it's on the Sea Jerk SoundCloud. Add it to your your SoundCloud playlist if that's what you have. Yeah. Yeah. Chemicals, think of the 6 months. Radso, think of the 2 months. A star. Hey, I can speak British. I know that means A plus. Let's go. Temas. Holy
Amazing
shit.
Song. Love it.
Hey, look at that. Founder Temas. Temas is an OG. Respect on Temas's name. Good to see you around, bro. Thank you. You fucking hero. Gerda, thank you the 100 bits. And yeah, Chemicals, Ratso, Temas. Yeah, just doing a little bit of an early stream moment. You know how this goes. If you've been here before, we're just gonna chill. I don't know how long the stream's gonna be, but we're just gonna hang out. How are you guys? How are y'all? I'm good. That's good. It's 5 p.m. Yeah. It is. I'm doing fine, currently working while watching your stream on the side. That's productive. That's very productive. It's good to be productive. It's a secret stream, guys. I'm not tweeting this one out. It's like a fucking Sapnap alt stream when he boots up CSGO, dude. Holy shit. No, I don't know. I can't sleep. I don't sleep a lot. So I was bored. So I was like, might as well come talk to you guys. 1K people here though. Yeah, it's crazy how that goes, back in the day. Which is crazy because it's not even back in the day, we're talking like 5 months ago. We used to do these streams, like fucking, I don't know, like fucking, 300, 400 people would show up, which is still crazy. But, I mean, sheesh, So, hey guys, welcome. I enjoy streaming at this time. I really do. There was a time where I used to do Minecraft streams pretty early. It was during the summer, I think. And it was good because nobody uses that time. So, well, that was before Tommy in it. That was before the fucking Colossus Tommy in it got on Twitch with his British fucking schedule and like 600k viewers, which is crazy. You know what, Pet the Car? That's pretty annoying, but I'll give it to you. That's creative. I haven't seen that one before. So that, I don't know where you got it from, but that was my first time seeing it, so I fell for it. Yeah, there was like a 0.5 second period where I definitely looked at that and I said, "Oh, what's going on there?" So good on you. Good on you, man. Way to go. Gerda, think of the 100 bits. Thank you. Afternoon. Good afternoon. I had mac and cheese bites again today, which was, I shouldn't have done that because this morning, I legitimately had the worst acid reflux I've had in my life. I was like, holy shit. Like, I literally remember. So, if you guys want to know about the process of the track, I mean, there's not really a process. I don't know what I'm talking about. Like we're like there's like it's like some sort of fucking science. But it was, I don't know, it just happened. Like, we were in call and Weston and Kalen were playing Valorant and I was sitting there and then somebody said, let's do it. And then like less than an hour later,
so cool, dude.
it was done. It was when I recorded my verse, I just had the worst fucking stomach ache. I did my verse and then I laid in my bed and I was like, oh my god, am I fucking gonna die? But I'm fine. It was a little momentary moment. I that would have been quite a way to go out. No, I mean, I recorded that and then I die. That would be like That would be a pretty fucking like pretty fucking powerful way, man. Haley, 18 months. 18. Bro, that's crazy. A year and a half. A year and a half. A whole year and a half. Thank you. Bowie Gray, thank you for the 100 bits. Thank you for waking me up now, but I have to go to math class. People, bye. Hey, have fun in math class. I used to find math fun. There's definitely, you know, a little bit of time where I found math fun. I can go off the screen now. We don't have to be on the stream starting screen. We can admire this picture. No face cam, obviously, because I don't think I've ever done a stream at this time where I show my face. You know, it's per tradition at this point. I think even if I wanted to show my face right now, I feel like I'd be disrupting such an amazing tradition. But yeah. This is like a podcast. I like it. Yeah, you don't have to look at me. It's a good stream because, you know, it's the morning and for a lot of people, and for some people it's like the afternoon. So during those periods of the day, I feel like you have like shit to do, right? So this way, you don't have to look at the stream, which makes it way easier for you to double, you know, multitask. So I think that's a great thing. Can you solve my history exam? No, but I wish you good luck with it. Are you gonna save the VOD or no? I don't know. 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 But you know, you know what? There's something I miss about spring is my favorite season. I don't get allergies, so I can't relate to people when they say spring sucks because I get allergies. I don't get them. I don't get them. I'm fine. Like spring for me is just the best time of the year because it's like the summer is coming, which the summer is always great no matter what. And, you know, if you live in Estonia, for example, it means, you know, it's getting way brighter outside because during the winter, I mean, the sun comes up at like fucking 9 a.m. and goes to bed at like 3:30. So it's like there's no fucking sunlight all fucking winter. But during the spring, you know, like for example, I remember like, you know, I would go to school and instead of going to school in the dark, I would be going to school in broad daylight. And that was always really fun for me. And also instead of going home from school in dark, I would go home and it would be light. And it was so much more fun doing it that way than when it would be, you know, dark. So, yeah. I love it. It's just fun. And it's not too cold, it's not too hot. So for me, math, what are you guys talking about? Math is red because history is blue. In what? Okay. I don't know how to take part in this discussion because I've never thought about that. But math in no way, shape, or form is red. It just cannot be red. It cannot be red. But yeah. But yeah. Thank you. You're welcome, guys. You're welcome. Math is definitely red. How? What the fuck about mathematics gives you red energy? There's nothing red about mathematics. There's nothing red. It's literally just like I don't know what color it would be, but I just really have to like outlaw red here. Okay, it cannot be red. It's purple. Okay, I don't even know what you're talking about. you're talking about something else. Like that's just out of purple. I mean, we can't even say purple. Purple is no. Purple is a fun color. We can't relate it to academics in any way, shape, or form. Not to say that learning isn't fun, but purple is just purple is like fun. It's like purple is like fuck the police. You know what I'm saying? Like purple is fucking badass. You can't say math is purple. And no offense to people who love math, but I mean purple is like fucking punk rock, man. Like purple is it's fucking awesome. Okay, you can't say and red is just like I don't know what red. If you ask me to tell you what color I thought, you won't be able to relate to this because I don't think any of you have ever taken Russian. But if you ask me to tell you what subject was red, I would say Russian because Russian is just it gives off such a red vibe. But history is yellow. Man, you guys just have these takes that are so wrong, but you are so proud to share them, and that just makes me happy. It just makes me happy that even though you're so wrong, you're so confident and comfortable and happy. And I think that's what we should all strive towards in life. So you being that way just really does bring me a lot of joy. Anyway, this is one of the most insane conversations I've possibly ever had. Gerda 100 bits, math is blue. Okay, here's an idea, guys. Just came up with this. Math is white. What do we think? We yes, no, nodders, nopers. What are we thinking? No. Question mark. No. He's crazy. Ew. Science is green. I mean, that makes sense, I guess. Green world, green peace. Who uses white? What are you, white? All right, guys. Okay, I mean, I just thought it would make sense for math. I don't know why. It just has that vibe, Who the fuck has white folders? Is that what we're talking about? We're talking about folder colors? Is that what we're talking about? I thought it was just like when you think of the subject, like what is the color that comes to your head? I didn't think we were talking about actual folders. Then who gives a fuck? I didn't organize those shits. I just got like folders and then threw papers in them. What the fuck? Who gives a fuck? Man, what the fuck? Who the fuck gives a shit? I thought we were talking about something that actually mattered. Math is really red. All of my fucking folders were like blue and shit. Actually, a couple were red, but I never went, oh, this subject has to be this color. Because I'm going to be honest with you guys. I reached a point in school where I realized this is not something that I find myself to be passionate about. So I'm going to put in as little effort as I can so I can still like pass this. But I don't actually care about like 95% of the things that contribute towards that, So I would just kind of do the, this motherfucker don't even color code his folders, Pago. Listen, if you want to color code your folders, I am really glad that's something that brings you peace and makes you happy. I'm glad that if you think math is red, go ahead. Make that folder red. Don't be scared. But I just don't care. I never cared. I just had my little things, I had my little folders, and it would just kind of at one point I had one folder for everything because of how little of a shit I gave. In fact, and then also what happened is that I had no folder and I would lose all the papers. because I really just did not give a fuck. So I've been through everything. I mean, I didn't do homework for an entire year because I kind of figured out a pattern in the system where I was like, I don't need to do homework if I do it this way because I won't get checked. And it was this weird thing where, like, obviously, you know, you get graded on some homework, so that would mean, hey, if you miss this homework, then you you can't like finish the year. But what I realized was most teachers, they kind of just want to like go home. So they'll kind of like pretend to forget, and then they'll be like, "Oh, we forgot." So you know, I just got, and here's the thing, right? Even though I didn't do my homework, you know, I still participated in the lessons and shit, and I still did good grades wise when I did get grades. So that gave them more of a reason to just be like, you know, it's okay. I just hate homework, believe it or not. I would always procrastinate homework. Most days I feel like I would do homework on the school bus and in the breaks before the lessons. I would do that. I would always copy off people. Luckily I had really nice friends who let me copy off them. And I don't know, man. Like I think study, like, school is important. It definitely is. But you also shouldn't place your whole value into how well you do in school, you know? Like I think you need to I think when you're really in school, I think, you know, depending on how you're doing in certain subjects, something which can happen is that you know, you kind of start to lose your own identity, and all you are becomes what your grades are, and that makes it very hard to accept yourself, because guess what, man? Oh man, you failed you know, da 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 subject. It's like, I you know, it's okay. You know how many tests I failed during my years of school? I missed so many, and I failed so many. And guess what? I can't remember a single one. So in the end, it didn't matter. And also, you know, if you want to get into a good school, you know, obviously put in the work. You know, don't be, you know, if it's something you love, that's amazing. I think that's such a great thing if you're into academics and stuff. I think you should really embrace that and appreciate that. Because I mean the whole system's basically catered to you. I mean, you got like a golden spoon on your hands, you know? So that's good. But also don't freak out over it. You know, don't stress, don't, you know, don't you know, but it's also, you know, I know that some of you are probably listening right now and being like, "Oh man, you fucking idiot." Oh yeah, that's as easy as that. I just won't worry. You just saved all my problems, you old fuck. Yeah, I just won't worry. That's so easy, you fucking asshole. And I know it isn't. You know, I've been there. I've been through the whole fucking ringer. Okay, I'm an old man. But you know, if you catch yourself, I think something that makes it way easier to climb out of a stressful situation or an anxious situation is if you catch yourself falling into it, and you can kind of be like, "Oh, it's happening," and you know, maybe I should do this or that to kind of like de-escalate myself, feel a little bit better. And also, don't, you know, except for the fact, like, what school I guess you're going to get into after high school does not matter at all, okay? Nothing, none of the people around you matter. What they think is cool does not matter. What they think does not matter. If you had like some sort of
White people be like,
lover,
This is so epic.
some sort of relationship person, that person doesn't matter. You won't even remember them in like after you're like a year out of high school, you start to kind of forget like literally everyone there, because guess what? There is a whole beautiful world out there. And when you're confined into this small space with all these people, it's like, oh my God, this is literally everything that matters. The popular kids, they matter. They're so cool. No, they fucking don't. They don't fucking matter at all. They're not even that cool. They've just managed to create a monopoly in your school where everyone thinks that they're cool, but in reality, you know, they're just people. They're fucking not that cool, you know? So, you know, don't worry too much. Don't worry about your future at all when you're in high school. Don't worry about it at all. Like, don't even the future can seem so scary, because I think when you're in high school, you're thinking about from your own perspective in that position, and I think when you're in high school, you have so much less control over your future, and that can make it seem very scary. You can think, oh my goodness, like, how am I gonna go? You know, how am I gonna deal with this? But once you kind of have more power over where to go, it all becomes way clearer. And hey, all right, I know how it feels to, you know, go to bed feeling really stressed because you have a really shitty lesson tomorrow, or because you know for a fact that you just bombed a test and like tomorrow is when the teacher's going to talk to everyone about it, and you know that you're going to walk into that classroom and you're going to see your teacher sitting on the table with their head down, and you know you're going to get that fucking talk. I know how fucking shit that feels. It feels fucking total shit. But it will not kill you. And life always works out. Life will always work out. That's the crazy part about life. It literally will always work out. Okay? You know, I see a lot of you guys, and I see a lot of you guys in you know, a lot of you know, teenagers. And I think this is a very fun time in your life where I think you got to appreciate all the small things before you grow up and suddenly you're just kind of too old. And you know, while that isn't a bad thing, because believe me, there's a lot of benefits to being old. There's a lot of benefits. It's pretty fucking amazing, actually. The freedom. Like, I can literally stay up however long I want. Nobody's knocking on my door saying, okay, you've had enough. I am so in control of myself. It is amazing. And that's something that you should be excited for. But you know, just don't be, you know, I was like you guys once, you know, back when I was like 16, I was in a pretty fucking, an honestly insanely stressful relationship for that age. Like I can't even believe that I was like 16 years old and putting up with all that shit, which is just weird. And I was very confused about where I wanted my life to go, and I was very confused about, you know, I felt very annoyed in a way, because I think everyone around me had a lot of hobbies. Everyone around me, you know, they would, after school, they would go do like fucking all 200 of their hobbies. Man, you know those fucking kids in school where they're literally, they do everything. Like, they do sports, they go do fucking dancing, they're in fucking academic fucking, they're in like, they literally do everything, right? And you look at that kid, I'm like, I don't do fucking anything, man. I don't do anything. It doesn't matter, because there's no right way to do things. Just because they're in like 700 fucking classes doesn't mean you have to be. Just because they're doing more doesn't mean what they're doing is right for you. You know, it might be right for them, you know, Godspeed if it's right for them, but that doesn't mean it's right for you. Everyone has, you know, everyone has the things that they want to do and the things that you're good at. Don't fucking compare yourself to those people, because chances are you and that person have completely different goals in life. And for their goals, it works better for them to be in fucking 700 different classes and fucking run a mile every fucking morning before they go to class. But for you, whatever you're doing is, you know, it's all good. It's all good. And, you know, don't be scared to stumble. When you're young, you should embrace you stumbling. Because you're going to make mistakes. You're going to do a lot of dumb shit. You're going to do a lot of dumb shit. Believe me. I know what you're thinking. You know, when I was your age, I was like, holy fuck, I am a fucking genius. I'm like I got my shit together very well for my age. And guess what? I stumbled a bunch. I stumbled a lot. And that's okay. Because guess what? You can look at all these people, be like, that person's so amazing, that person's so amazing. You're not just born that person. You become that person through your life experiences. And you're on that way right now where you're getting your life experiences and you're doing your thing. So don't worry about it. Seriously. Do not worry. It's going to be okay. It is going to be okay. It will always be okay. There is nothing that is impossible to overcome. There's literally nothing. Not a single thing in this world. Believe me.
I really needed to hear that advice. Thank you, were great.
Hey, no problemo. You need to just, you know, I think it's really interesting because I guess because humans are
White
such
people be
social
like-
creatures, it's really hard to just be like, you know, the opinions of others doesn't matter. But as soon as you free yourself from those shackles where, you know, you put on like a fucking pair of, you know, pants and you're like, I don't know like what people are going to think of me. Why does it matter? Why does it matter? Like, who are they? They're literally a person just like you. They go through life the exact same way that you go through it. So why is their opinion somehow more valuable than yours when it comes to what you want to wear or what you want to do or how you want to act? Why is their opinion more valuable to you when they are literally the exact same thing that you are? They are exactly the same level. But in reality, you're kind of more important than them because you actually have to walk in your own shoes. They don't have to walk a single day in your shoes. They never will. They never have. They will never even experience your life for even 1 second. You know, should I ask this girl out? Yeah, you should. Because what's the worst thing that can happen is that she says no. And, you know, our head can make that seem a very, you know, it can seem like a very scary concept. Somebody turning you down, somebody saying no. But I think there's a very different way of looking at it where I can look back at my life and I can, you know, there have been times where I've liked people and it would take me a while to tell them. And then I would tell them and the answer would be no. And because I invested all this time into it, I feel like the no was so much harder to deal with. It was so much harder to process. But what in reality it is it's like a path correction. Okay? Don't see someone saying no to you as you being knocked off your track. What it is, in a way, is really you kind of being a little bit lost, being like, okay, I think this is what I want to do. But the universe kind of like pats you on the shoulder like, hey, this wasn't for you. Your real path is somewhere there. Because I would look at, you know, I can look at every single great thing in my life, and not a single one of them came without that, you know, misstep where I was like, uh-oh. Like this, like, it's sometimes it really sucks when things don't
White
go your
people
way,
like,
but it leads to so much better stuff. You know, listen, guys. I know what it feels like where you really like someone, and because you really like this person, it's like this person's everything that you can even like think of. You know, it's like, how would I, if I can't have this person, then it's like, what is the point? Like, nobody else comes close to this person. Believe me, there are so many awesome people out there. If there's one thing that we don't lack on this earth, it's people, man. There are so many people. And the person that is right for you is literally roaming this earth right now. And at one point, you will cross paths, and it's going to be amazing. And the person that you think right now is that person, but it turns out isn't, they don't even matter, man. And if you really like, you know, it wasn't meant to be, you know, and that's okay. You know, I think our brain is a real bitch. Our brain is a real bitch. Our brain is a baby. It's like a baby. You know, you give a baby a toy, and the baby likes this toy, but then you kind of try to take the toy away. You're like, all right, enough playtime now. And our brain will literally throw such a little hissy fit. And it's kind of, you know, it's really frustrating because it can really kind of push you off course, you know. But guys, if I got $1 for every time I've been in a heartbreak, I would have quite a bit of money. I would have a few dollars. And guess what? Every single heartbreak led me to someone else who was pretty fucking awesome, right? Oh yeah. Oh, this fucking girl that I thought was really fucking hot turned me down. Fuck my life. That is literally the hottest girl on the planet. What is the point? Like, I've literally just found the hottest person on the planet, and they just said no to me. What the fuck is the point? What is the point? Because you know why? There's someone way fucking hotter out there that is roaming this fucking planet right now, and they're waiting for you. Okay? They're waiting for you. So, fuck that person. You don't need to get hung up on that. You are okay, and you will find that person. Right? So please be right. Oh, I'm right. There's a lot of people out there. So, you know, another thing is getting out of your comfort zone, right? It's hard. It's very hard. You know, today I got out of my comfort zone. I've never like publicly rapped. I've never publicly done like an original little rap before on a track before. And it was definitely a little bit out of my comfort zone because I've never done it before. But you know what? I did it. And it was incredible. It was an incredible feeling. It was so much fun. I'm so glad I did it. And literally every great thing that's happened to me in my life, it started by me at some point stepping out of my comfort zone a little bit. You know? It's always, you know, whether it be uploading videos, I used to be a little bit scared of, you know, I used to hate my voice. I used to listen to my voice back, and I used to be like, oh, I just hate my voice. My voice makes me uncomfortable. But then I took that and I said, this is good. This is good that I'm uncomfortable by this, because this means I'm doing something new in my life. Because our body rejects anything new. Because anything different, anything that's off our routine, it's very unusual. And we kind of want to spit it out, right? And that's why you hate your own voice when playing it back. You know why? Not because your voice is bad, but because you haven't heard your voice. You're not used to hearing your voice like that in the recording, for example. So your brain rejects it. And that gives you the illusion that you hate your voice, when in reality, you're just not used to it. And I think that's a very good skill to pick up, learning whether you actually hate this or whether you're just a little bit uncomfortable with this because this is new and you need some time to get used to it. You know, it's two very different things, and it's important to tell the difference because some things you just hate, and that's okay. That's how you know you can throw that shit right out the window. Fuck that. Don't have to think about it. Fuck it. Not for you. And that's okay. Right? Everyone has their own thing. But there's also these things that we can mistake as that, where you just need a little bit of like, you just need to shimmy in a little bit, you know? And it's fun to look at things like that. And, you know, I you know, for example, in 2019, I went out of my comfort zone a lot. I traveled by myself the entire year. I haven't flown on an airplane with a friend in like years. I always fly by myself, alone, because it's just, you know, I go to like, it's just, you know, how the arrangement works, right? And I'm going to be honest with you. Every single time I leave home and get on a plane, the morning of, I have really shit anxiety. Because it's my body being like, no, you're comfortable here. Why are you leaving here? Like, why are you leaving the spot? You're comfortable here. Don't go anywhere. You're comfortable here. Like, why would you leave this? But there's a whole fucking world out there, man. And there's so much fun to be had out there. And every time I get that feeling, I'm just like, man, fuck you. I'm going to go fucking do this, do that. I'm going to go talk to fucking... You know, something that I really struggled with, I used to struggle with was if I saw like any sort of person I looked up to in any way, you know, it would happen at VidCon, for example. There would be a creator whose content I really enjoyed. Any other creator, I don't give a fuck. Hey, what's up, man? Yo, what's up? You know, what's up? But if it was somebody that I looked up to, I would genuinely freeze up, because I didn't know how to approach it. And there were times where I almost really missed the boat because I didn't know how to approach it. But every single time that I didn't listen to my inner voice being like, hey, don't fucking do that. What are you doing, man? Every single time that I didn't listen to it, it ended up creating a wonderful, wonderful memory. I mean, look at the screen right now. There I am with Jax Films, someone who I can consider a person who I'm very friendly with. We talk every now and then. That is a guy whose videos I've been watching for the last 11 years, and now it's someone who I feel like I can be like pretty comfortable talking to. I've met him multiple times in real life. You know, there's not, you know, the best way to explain it is that the human body has a fucking, there needs to be like some sort of fix, because we have anxiety because anxiety is a survival instinct, right? It gives us risk assessment. It helps us realize, hey, maybe don't do this, maybe don't do that. But we've evolved, but our survival instincts really have not. And because we're not out fucking hunting bears and shit, fucking throwing rocks at walls, our survival is very different. But I feel like our inner fucking shit hasn't really caught up, so now our fucking anxiety loves just kicking in because it's bored. You know, man, we used to be fucking chased by bears every fucking morning, man. Used to walk out of our little fucking shithole cave, and guess what? It's a fucking bear. It's a fucking bear. Roar, the bear fucking says as it fucking runs after us and tries to murder us, right? See, that's fucking survival right there. But we don't have to deal with that shit anymore. The only thing I have to deal with is I walk out my door and my fucking Russian neighbor's being an asshole. Like, that's not a bear. That's a little Russian man. All right, that's a little Russian boy, right? Completely different from a bear. So what that causes is our anxiety to just be like, hey, I'm still here, man. Like, yeah, there's no bear, but like, I'm still here, bro. Like, I'm still here. Hello. You got to be scared. You got to be scared, little boy, little coward. You got to be scared. And that's why it's total bullshit. You shouldn't be scared. There's nothing to be scared of. You have nothing to be scared of. You know, our ego is a piece of shit. The way that we are conditioned to exist, our ego just is a fucking total piece of shit. Our ego holds us back in so many ways. Because our ego, first of all, really creates an inflated sense of self. We can't really think about situations without attaching ourselves to it. And that is something that is really annoying, because that is something that's just like, you know, it makes everything a lot harder for us, because we'll, you know, let's say you have a friend, and on this particular morning, your friend acts a little bit different, a little bit off. What is our gut instinct? Did I do something? Did I do something to piss off my friend? And that is your ego stepping in. Your ego is inserting itself into a situation that realistically it has no place to insert itself into. And it's fucking stupid. That is your ego. You know, if you think about ego in the you know, in the way that we're really taught about ego, it's like, oh, it's like, you know, your ego, it makes you feel important and it makes you feel better than everybody. What in reality is, it's just, it really subconsciously, it creates this illusion that the universe revolves around you. And I'm going to tell you something that at first can seem a little bit scary, because you have an ego, and the ego inside you is saying, oh my God, what the fuck? What the fuck is this? No, you cannot. But here is the wonderful thing about all of our life. You don't matter. You don't matter. In the grand scale of things, you don't matter. And that is a fucking wonderful thing. You know why? Because you can do whatever the fuck you want. It's not your responsibility. You are not the fucking hero of the universe. You don't have to put up with that shit. You can do whatever you want. Whatever you want. Because you don't matter. And that is fucking awesome. It's awesome. You can literally do whatever the fuck you want. If you want to fucking go live in a forest, you can fucking do that, because it's like, you know, it's like, it's wonderful. And also, you know, our ego also makes it really hard to get a really objective view of ourselves. There are qualities of myself that I still probably don't realize, but other people, when they think of me, it is something that is probably the first thing that comes to their mind, you know? And the reason why I can't understand that is because I can't even see myself from that perspective. I can't see the way that my actions can affect others. And I'm talking about positive actions, you know? Like, we can't see each other. We cannot see in each other's heads. But like, for example, you know, think about like yesterday when you complimented your friend. On the outside, you can look at that and be like, wow. You know, I'm just a person who gave a compliment. But you know what your friend might have thought? Wow, that was a really nice thing. That was like a really nice thing. That person really just complimented me, and that is just a really kind thing to do. And that really made me feel a lot better. And that's something that you did. That's a reaction that you gave. Think about the best friend that you have. Think about the greatest person that you have in your life and how great they make you feel. That person is exactly the same as you. They're a person just like you, and they can also, you know, in the same way that they can, you can make other people feel great. You are a valued, important member of all the circles that you're a part of. You matter in those circles in a very beautiful way. And you should appreciate yourself. I think something that you need to think about is treating yourself as you treat others. You know, whenever you're hard on yourself, something that you can always think about is, if my friend was in this position, would I say the same things to my friend that I am saying to myself right now? No, the fuck you wouldn't. If your mind and the way you treat yourself was a separate person, you would look at that person and think, wow, that person is one of the worst people I've ever met. That person is fucking awful. Why the fuck is that person so mean to me, right? But because it's ourself and we're conditioned to be so rough on ourselves, it's like, you know, it's like we're okay with it. But it's not okay. You know? So you know, you really gotta love yourself. You really do. You have to point out the good things about yourself even more than you point out the negative things. Because you really have to think about yourself. It's like, how often do I praise myself? Like, you kind of have to, like, you know, I think it's very easy. Like, for example, you know, let's say something that can be hard for some people, for example, is cleaning their room. And when your room is a mess, you can sit in that room and be like, I am a fucking piece of shit. I'm a pig. Fuck, you know, I should go fuck myself. This is fucking stupid. Why can't everybody else clean their room and I can't? Why is that so hard for me? But then once, you know, every single day when, you know, once you kind of do clean your room, yeah, it's like a good moment, but do you really take time and like praise yourself? Like, hey, I did this. I cleaned my room. You should do that. You should praise yourself. You should praise yourself when you overcome those moments. You need to like have a genuine sit down with yourself and be like, hey, I had trouble cleaning my room, but I just did it. And that was something that was really hard for me, but I did it. And I overcame this obstacle that seemed at a point pretty fucking annoying. So that way, it's like fucking teaching a dog, really, you know? It's like teaching a dog where you will, you know, positive reinforcement is good because then you'll be like, hey, holy shit, that actually feels really good. Cleaning my room, you know, getting that praise, feeling good about myself. And you're like, you know what? Maybe this helps me, you know, get it over with. And, you know, I know that there are people, you know, when it comes to cleaning your room, I think the way that it's talked about within, I guess, society is it's very misconstrued, I would say. Okay, if your room is messy right now, don't feel like you're some sort of fucking alien. It's like some sort of piece of shit alien because your room is messy. All right, it's okay. It's okay to have a messy room because whenever you're going through things, it happens to every single person. You know, there's, you know, of course, you know, not every single person, but a lot of people in your shoes would be with their room might look even worse, you know, and that's okay. You got to fight one battle at a time, you know. Don't sit there with all of your 100 million worries and then look at your room on top of that and be like, fuck this. This is fucking awful, you know? Because, you know, when you're depressed, who the fuck gives a shit about cleaning their room, man? Who gives a fuck? Nobody gives a fuck, man. That shit doesn't fucking matter. I got all these other things to worry about. I fucking, like, I hate myself. Blah, you know, I don't feel good about myself. I hate this thing about life. Blah. Who gives a fuck about the room at that point? It's understandable. Nobody talks about all those sides of depression because at the end of the day, it's kind of embarrassing to talk about because everybody's kind of keeping up this act. You know, it's like, oh, I got to do this. I got to do that. But these all come with the territory. This is normal. Okay. You're not you're not like extra fucked up because of this, right? You're not. There are so many people that are going through the exact same situation that you are, and they got the same exact fucking side effects, messy room, all that shit. And it's okay. Fight one battle at a time. Don't take on too much to chew, because if you take on too much to chew, you're going to choke, because it's just too much. Take it piece by piece, Look at your life and think, "Oh my God, what's up with this? What's up with that? What do I do here?" And kind of evaluate how you want to approach it and how you want to, pick up the pieces. So I don't know. Everybody just really needs to be kinder to themselves. And I think, I don't know. Another thing that I know can be a great source of stress is, for example, mental health and mental health getting diagnosed with things. It can be, it can be a very scary thing, because it's like, oh my God, I'm going to be diagnosed as this, I'm going to be diagnosed as that. That's really scary. I'm scared that that's going to scare people away. I'm scared that this is going to become who I am. I know exactly all those thoughts. And here's the great thing, right? When you get diagnosed, it's not like the doctor waves a fucking wand in front of your face and now you suddenly have this mental illness. No, you've always had it. You've always fucking had it. Now you just know what you have. So now you know how to fucking fix it. Getting diagnosed is nothing but a wonderful, amazing thing, because it's like one of the first steps in your road to fucking conquering this shit. It's the first step to fucking getting over this hurdle. You shouldn't be afraid of it. You really shouldn't. You should embrace everything about yourself. There's things that if you want to change about yourself, if there's something that you're unhappy about and you think you can make a positive change in your life to change that, then you should. And I encourage that. I encourage that for everything. If there's something that you want to do different about your life, then that's what life is for. You're in control of that. Sorry, I just lost my train of thought. I'm trying to put it all together. Blah blah blah. I was talking about that. Blah blah blah. I'm honestly surprised that this is the first time that I lost my train of thought. I've been talking for like an hour, and this is the first time I lost my train of thought. I'm trying to I really lost it though. Holy shit! I literally felt it slip away. I fucking hate that shit. It's so annoying. Sometimes it happens to me so much, and I'm like, it is so frustrating, feeling it just slip away. Because it's like, oh fuck, this is embarrassing. But I, whatever I was saying, my I guess the real moral of the story is that everything's gonna be okay, no matter what happens, man. No matter what happens. No matter what happens. Also, stop fucking thinking you're ugly. Okay? You're not fucking ugly. Ugly isn't even a real thing. It's a complete fucking man-made bullshit fucking. Ugly is not it's not physical. It's not a real thing. You can't hold ugly. It doesn't exist. Let it go. Whoosh. It's thin air. Ugly is thin air. You're not ugly because you can't be. It doesn't exist. You're not ugly. All right? Listen to me. You're not ugly. You're not ugly. Just because you don't look like fucking Becky with the fucking blonde hair and the fucking whatever bullshit. Who fucking gives a shit, man? Who wants to... Why would you want everyone to look the same anyways? You need to love yourself the way you are, because the way you are is a part of who you are. And that's a great thing. Believe me, I've gone through the fucking ugly thinking ringer. I mean, I don't think I'm ugly, but I mean, objectively speaking, I would say I'm a pretty fucking unique looking person sometimes. I mean, I have a pretty fucking big forehead. You know, eventually I will go bald. I have a gap in my teeth. My vision is fucked, and the glasses make my eyes look very small. And I can put all those things together and be like, wow, I'm really fucking ugly. No, the fuck I ain't. Do you know how much fucking pull I have? People fucking think I'm hot, man. People think I'm fucking sexy as hell. So who am I to think, oh my God, I'm fucking ugly? Because you know what? I'm not fucking ugly. You know? Yeah, I'm not. So it's like I think back to all the times where I was like, oh man, I'm actually like kind of fucking ugly. No, the fuck I'm not. Also, I'm like really funny too. Like that's what you got to remember as well. You're funny, and that makes up for like whatever the fuck else you might think you're. Because you know what? Here's the thing, right? If you're fucking, you know, listen, there's some people where you can tell that, you know, they're very they're you know, they fit the standards, the physical appearance standards, and you can tell that they've never had to actually try. They've never had to like tell a joke, you know, or you know, they've never had to tell a good joke. They're fucking boring as fuck, man. Fuck that shit. I wouldn't trade that for the world. Man, I grew up the way I grew up, and now I'm funny as fuck. I am funny as fuck. I got a great personality on top of my fucking dashing looks, man. Right? So, man, I look at all the fucking people I went to school with that were like, you know, quote unquote hot. Man, I ran into them I ran into one of them recently. Jesus Christ, man. What the fuck? Where's your fucking personality, bro? Where are you? Like, who are you? Like, you're a fucking, like, little fucking ghoul, dude. Like, hello? You're like a robot. You're empty. You're empty because, you know, it's like, it's like, you know, you're fine the way you are. You really are. Also, I don't know, man. I don't know. You're just, everything's fine at the end of the day. It's just, you know, you really need to embrace every side of yourself. You really do. You really need to come to terms with who you are. And come to terms sounds, oh my God, come to terms with what a piece of shit I am. No. Here's the thing, right? The grass is not greener on the other side. You can look at the grass on the other side and think, "Oh my God. Wow, look at that person. They got everything. They've got it all figured out." But like I think about like, you know, I think about all the people that I've wanted to be. You know, cuz you look at people that you know, I look at all the people in my life that I've looked up to and I've been like, "Man, I wish I was that person instead of who I am right now." No, because that person isn't me. That person's somebody else. I don't want to be anybody else. I love being me because I've created myself. You know, that's the thing you got to remember as well. You have created yourself, and you should be proud of what you've created. There's no point in wanting to be someone else because that's them. That's not you. There's no point in wanting to be them. You are who you are. You should embrace who you are. You should fucking love who you are. There's no fucking reason to be like, hey, you know, I want to be that person because that person, you know what? Like, what does that even mean? How would you even be that person? There's no way you can be that person because that's just like, you know, I don't know. Listen, a lot of you guys are in high school. Some maybe even not in high school yet, man. I don't fucking know. Sometimes I don't know how fucking old some people are, man. Some people are out of high school too. Also, I started doing YouTube about a year after I was out of high school. I took a gap year after high school because guess what? I literally was right there, and guess what happened? I was like, what the fuck do I do? Everybody around me has got it figured out. Everybody around me knows what they want to do, and I don't. I didn't know what to do. And it's a very scary feeling because everybody's like, especially as school's coming to a close, everybody's saying like, oh yeah, I'm gonna like fucking become a marine biologist. I'm gonna go like become a lawyer and fucking have a great fucking family. But you just haven't found that thing for you yet, and you'll find that thing. I didn't find that thing until a year after I was out. So, don't worry about it. You're young. You really don't have to have your shit together until you're like in your mid-30s, realistically speaking. In your 20s, there's no expectation for you to have your shit together. If you think because I'm in my 20s that I have like this fucking insane wisdom and I have my shit together. No, the fuck I don't, man. You think I even think I'm an adult? No, the fuck I don't. There's no switch in your head where you're like, okay, I'm an adult now. Now I gotta like pay taxes. I gotta do this shit. I gotta do that shit. Nope, it doesn't happen that way, man. I literally had the fucking realization like 2 years into this shit. I was like, oh fuck, I think I'm an adult now. I was like, oh, well, I guess that's cool. There's no like, society is fucking stupid. Fucking. Especially in the U.S., there's a very large culture. You're gonna make us drop out of college. Well, I'm about to get to that. And you know me, I gotta put in a little bit of my fucking capitalism talk in here. Because at the end of the day, capitalism contributes to fucking our miserable existence quite a bit. It's all a fucking rabbit hole. But in America, I've noticed there's a very big college culture. The way that it's kind of taught right now is if you don't go to college, you're a fucking failure. You're a fucking piece of shit. You got to go to college. In middle school, you already kind of got to figure out what college you want to go to, like what you want to do in that college. If you don't do it, you're a fuck up. You're a fuck up piece of shit. You're a fucking loser. You're just the worst. You're just the scum of the earth because you don't know what you want to do in college. You don't know the college that you want to go to. Guess why there's so much pressure for you to do this? Do you want to know why? Because a lot of people want to make money off of you. The whole system is built up so that you go to college and you take out all those loans and you become a little pawn in their system. That's the only reason why there's pressure. And it sucks. And I know it sucks. I am really sorry that it sucks. But a realistic way of looking at life is that there's so many other alternatives to college. Whether it be trade school. Trade school is a very great option. Trade school has some fucking... Listen, I'm going to let you in on a little secret here, right? If America keeps going the way it does, where everybody goes to college, every single occupation that's in trade school... They're going to be making a lot of fucking money because not a lot of people are going to trade school, which means there's not going to be enough people in those fields, meaning those people, they're going to be very wanted. They're going to be making that money. They're going to be way less in debt. They're going to be fucking settled. Okay. That's a route you can consider. Or you can just like kind of fucking wing it, man. You can just wing it. Don't think so far into the future where you're like, I got to do this by this age. I got to do that by that age. I got to do blah, 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 blah. Doesn't fucking matter, man. Does not matter. Everyone moves at their own pace. There's no right way to beat life. There's no right way to live life. There's no right way to do any of this shit. Because, guys... The universe is fucking random as fuck, man. You can do whatever the fuck you want. Everybody does their own shit. Okay, think about it like this, right? You look at like someone like Ludwig, for example, right? That motherfucker is like in his mid-20s. And he only now just started like blowing up and like doing this shit like full time, Like he only like in the last like 2-3 years. And that motherfucker's in his mid-20s. He's an old fucking man. Okay? He's like fucking way older than I am, for example. So, there's your example, for example. And, you can look at people like Tommy Innit where it's like, oh my God, Tommy Innit is 16 years old. He is so much more successful than me. Blah, blah, blah. Age doesn't matter, guys. Like, there's no thing where it's like, if by this age you don't succeed, if you don't do this by this age, then you're a loser. That's not a thing. That's a complete fucking societal construct that owns no fucking actual importance. So you shouldn't worry about that at all. There's no actual need for that. But yeah. Saikuno's old too. Yeah, Saikuno's 27. That guy popped up this year. Or in the last year, you know? I could be a pop star at 70. Exactly. We have the same way, you know, because, you know, when we go to school, there's an idea of like, okay, when I'm in the first grade, I'm this age. When I'm in the sixth grade, I'm that age. So this kind of thinking, it carries over to adulthood, but it doesn't work that way because we don't go to grades anymore. There's no grades in life. Meaning you can literally do whatever you want. Philza is a perfect example, man. He had so much time. You know, he had so much time trying to, you know, doing his thing, and now he's landed on this. And he took, you know, I don't even know how old he is. Hold on, let me look him up. Philza age. He's 32. And he only blew up in like the last 2 years. He took his time. Yeah, Tommy's already half his age, meaning it doesn't mean anything. You think Philza looks at Tommy and is like, oh my God. No, he doesn't. Philza's happy. Took him time, but he made it there. You know? Everybody moves at their own pace. Your good things will come to you when they come to you. Don't look at, you know, don't look at your neighbor and be like, well, my neighbor already got his presents. Where are mine? Doesn't matter. You will get your presents when you get them. And by that, you know, think about it like this. By the time that you get your presents, your neighbor's presents are fucking old and boring. And your neighbor's probably like, oh, like, everybody has their fucking peaks and valleys in life. You don't have to have them at the same time. It's okay. I saw someone in chat talking about how they dropped out of school because of anxiety and how they haven't done anything since. Anxiety is something that I've struggled with a lot. Sarah Dip, think of the 5 gifted. Hold on, let me actually go through the subs real quick. So there's a few that came in. Sarah Dip, think of the 5 bomb. Catboy Juno, think of the 2 months. Maggie Line, think of the 2 months. Grace, think of the tier 1. Gerda, thank you for the 100 bits. And thanks for hanging out.
White people be like,
Blaze, thank you for the gifted sub. Lucy, thank you. And Blaze as well, thank you for another. And Abby, thank you for the 2 months. Gerda, Haley, Slush. Oh wait, now I'm like looking at the stream. And John is trying. Thank you for the tier 1. John, you are trying, and that's all that matters. Okay, John, you're fucking rock, John. Thank you. But yeah, this is the last topic I'm gonna cover right now, and that's anxiety. Anxiety is something that I've struggled a lot with in life. There have been times in my life where I stopped going to school because of anxiety, because it was just that hard. Like, so I understand, the you know the how hard it's to deal with.
White people be like,
Well.
Thank you, Ella. And who is Miku? Thank you for the gifted sub as well. I just got my anxiety diagnosis like last month. Congrats. That's great news. You now have such a clear vision of what's going on, because before you get a diagnosis like that, things can be so scary and confusing because you don't know what's going on, and your mind creates this illusion that you are so unique and this has not happened to any other person, and that makes you feel so alone and isolated, and you're like, oh my God, how am I even supposed to conquer this? This is abnormal. Like, this, how is this can't be normal. Like, there's no way anybody else has this. But anxiety is a thing that fucking plagues almost everybody, and it's okay. What's happening to you in your situation is normal, and it's not impossible to overcome. There have been so many people that have been in your exact position where their life has been derailed because of what you have as well. And they've overcome that, and they've figured it out. You know, and I understand that there's a lot of young people who, for example, can't go to the doctor for it because of their parents, or because in America, I guess, because of financial reasons as well. And there's so many people that have been in your exact position, and they at some point overcame it as well. So you're not in an impossible situation. There will be a point where you can get the help that you deserve. And, you know, you will overcome it. And when it comes to anxiety, I think something that makes anxiety really hard
I got
is,
hit by a bus, bro.
for example, when it comes to hanging out somewhere, you know, anxiety, you know, when it comes to anxiety, it's like, okay, let's think about it like this. You get anxious when you go outside. You get anxious when you leave your house at all, right? Like, it makes you anxious when you go to the grocery store, when you go to school, when you go anywhere. I understand that. I understand how scary that can be. I understand how uncomfortable that can be. So instead of thinking of a solution where you want to conquer all at once, and you think, well, the only way I'm going to fix this is if I walk through those doors into that fucking mall, then obviously it's going to seem so impossible. It's going to seem so hard, you know? So the way you need to fight anxiety, and this is something that my therapist taught me many years ago, is you really need to take it bite by bite. So let's say, you know, you're scared to go to the store, right? So what you do today is, you don't have to go to the store today. You don't need to go to the store. There's no pressure on you to go to the store, but maybe stick your foot out the door. You know, take one step out of your door and breathe in some of the fresh air. And do it for do it for a little, get some of that fresh air, and then you can go back inside. There's no pressure for you to do more. Nobody's asking you to go walk any further than outside your door, right? And then maybe tomorrow, maybe it's a little bit easier to go out that door and stand in front of that door. So maybe now you can take another step, the next step. And you can take as many steps as you want. You don't have to rush yourself.
White people be like,
You don't have to force yourself. Because believe me, there is such a beautiful, wonderful world out there. And that world is waiting for you. But there's no rush. This world will not go anywhere, okay? This world will always be here. And it is your best friend in the sense that it is so patient with you. It is not rushing you in any way. You can seriously just take your time with it. And that's what you should do. Everybody moves at their own pace. Okay, remember that? You have your pace, and that's okay. You have your pace. You know, it's you know, move at your pace, do whatever you want, but always make sure that you're at least taking a little bit of a step forward before you take a step backward, you know? Maybe walk a little bit. And sometimes also, don't be scared to take, don't be scared to take a step back, because, it's that thing where it's like one step backward, two steps forward. Don't be scared of that either, because that's just how it works sometimes. But yeah, none of you are in an impossible situation. I know our brain is amazing at creating that illusion where you fucking feel completely hopeless and you don't know where to go from there or what to do with that, but your situation is not hopeless. There have been millions and millions and millions of people that have been in your shoes and they've overcome it. And they're just like you. They're just a person like you. So that means you can do it too. And you will do it. You will do it. There's no doubt that you'll do it. You will do it. You're going to do it whenever you get there. All right? Don't worry about it. Also, Sarah Dip, thank you for the 2 gifted again. Thank you. Estobio, thank you for the $1. Just wanted to say thank you so much for these words, man. They mean so much. Hey, if you can take any of this, you know, I've already gone through all this shit. Believe me, I've gone through all this shit. So I'm just telling you guys what I feel like I needed to hear in those positions. Okay, I'm just telling you guys what I feel like I could have benefited from hearing. And mainly Tap. Thank you for the five bomb as well. You guys are legendary, seriously. Gerda, 100 bits. I'm currently homeschooled because of depression, and honestly, I'm feeling a lot better. That is great. That is amazing. I'm really glad. Eller Ratridge, thank you for the 3 months as well. Primer. Who is Miko? I think I thanked you, but thank you again. Don't be ashamed of the way that you're dealing with your issues. Everybody else, you know, everybody has their own way of dealing with things. Just because somebody else deals with their things differently doesn't mean that the way that you're dealing with your things is like something to be ashamed of. It's not. And you know, talk to the people around you.
Thank you, aksually.
Hey, no worries, Haley. Thank you for the tier 1. Anyways, that was my old man ramblings. That was the thoughts that I've been keeping within, that I've now shared with you. Please save this VOD. This VOD is staying. It's gonna stay up. Yeah, that's my cue to get out of here. I'm gonna get some rest because that's what I need to do. I'm gonna raid Steve Suptic, but I just want to tell you guys, like,
my bus, bro.
Thank you so much for
Just
all the
want you
support.
to know our words really do mean a lot. Thank you.
Sus Nico, thank you for the $5. It is my greatest honor to be your guys' streamer, to be your entertainment, to make you laugh. I want you to know that that is my greatest honor. That is the greatest honor I will ever receive.
I got hit by a bus, bro.
Being able to do this.
This stream honestly meant the world to all of us in chat. We love you, Askell.
Thank you, Sid. Thank you for the $3. I'm really glad to hear that. So take care of yourself and take care of each other. All right. We have a wonderful community here. If you see someone by themselves, reach out, say hey. You don't know how much it could mean to them, right? So take care of each other. All right. I will catch you guys maybe even later today, probably, in fact, yeah. But yeah. Bye guys. Bye bye. Thank you so much for all the donos, seriously. They mean the world, and thanks for listening to the talk. All right. Bye. Bye 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 bye.